Okay. So basically, a long stick with a handle. And the grip is going to be like kind of, this needs to go backwards just a little bit like that. And then this needs to go either down or up. That's definitely making it too big. Oops. Okay, and then out here, maybe like that. And then I'll go lighter. And then do I just go darker? Yeah, okay. Let's fix this. This is not, did not come out right. So it's not as long as a machine gun is. But so can I get away with doing like get some more details in here, maybe like a gold clasp connector. No. Let's make the cord blue. See if we can get away with that instead. Let's go like this. Let's go here and just put like an actual stock on it. Okay. And then maybe some orange. Let's go here. And then we'll copy this. Move it out here. and then go like this. And maybe go to red. No, I think that's probably it, huh? All right, and then I need one without. Any firing. Oh shoot. So let's take these and we'll open the Krita version. Okay. Yeah. And we'll add the letters F. So that means it's a big G, little g. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to call it, well, which one was it? Copy a big G. This will be called big F. Oh, F, big. Oh, move it all the way to the top. Same thing with this one. I'm going to duplicate it. And this is F little. Looks like I go little then big. Somewhere around here. And then I'm just going to change those to Fs. Maybe. Okay. All right, let's go make this gun. So assets, prefabs, guns. I will go with, how will I do this? Can I attach a collider to a projectile? To a particle system? No. Oh. So there's a particle system collision module and a trigger module. You can assign colliders for the particles to interact with. Okay, that's kind of fine, I guess. I'm not going to use that then. I think what I'll do is emit like a circle that gets bigger. Let's see what a flame from a flamethrower looks like. So white, yellow, red, dark. Yeah, kind of the same colors as my explosion. Mm-hmm. So I will do that here. It's just simple drawing, I guess. Let's do this. So let's go take that color. Then the next one is this yellow. And then this orange. So what I'm trying to do, I think, is start with the base shape from the previous shape and just add another around to it. And then this orange, I think. And then the layer added to it. I think here I might need to just go like out like this. Or do I skip ahead to this layer? And I can kind of do something like that here. Then this is going to be one of the biggest circles of all. I guess I went like that. Against my will. Actually, this is that one, so that's that, right? And then to make it one layer bigger, it's turning into a diamond now, so I think this needs to be trimmed. Maybe like this. So I'm really just expanding the outside. And that is going to be this black color then on the outer end of it. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Do I just outline them in the darker color? And then this will be this. And then this can be this. I don't know how to make this look like a circle. Besides that circle. Unless I go like that. Did not turn out to be what I wanted, but let's see what happens here. I might just go back, change them all to solid colors again. Is this color? It is, okay. I need to save it as the PNG. I could also do a projectile, but oh yeah, I could, and then I could recast, right? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. So I'm going to duplicate the machine gun, I think. And then I am going to rename it, first of all. Flamethrower. Let's go to my sprites, go to the guns, edit this. So this is going to have to be like this and like this to make room for that. Okay, and then on the guns, there's the anchor is somewhere in the same spot. So it's going to be like here. 2.76. So 0.276. And then I think 0.5. Okay, cool. And then same thing with this one. Even though there is no flame there. 0.276. Okay, apply that. Well, I'm not going to worry about cutting up the flames there because maybe I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I need to make a flamethrower script. So this is going to be gun underscore flamethrower. Let's open that up. I don't know how much like a machine gun or any other projectile guns I want it to be. This is light gun, and I will open up machine gun just to get a gist of what I need to do here. Some things there. Sprite, gun handle sprite. What is that? Gun idle sprite. So this is going to have a, let's copy some of this. And I don't know about targets. This is a single sprite. There is a particle system, but it's not going to be the shell, it's going to be the flame. Which which means probably get rid of the existing particle system and replace it. And then targets. Is target still used in the machine gun? Like if I took this away. Oh. On trigger enter 2D. If targets contain T equals false, targets add. Oh. I don't have that anymore though. So this doesn't need targets, first of all. And neither does this. Because I'm raycasting now. Sup, Setzer, how you doing? How was your Mother's Day? Okay, so back to this. Yeah, I'm just going to delete that one and create a new one. Which is completely ugly for at the moment. And I need to change the script. I need to get rid of this one. And then add this one. Bring that to the top. Let's focus on this while I'm in it. Let's see, color over lifetime. Between two gradients, yeah, we just want this. Let's edit that. So the first color, and unfortunately, can I color pick from something else? I can, yay. Okay, and so I think what I do is I click here, I click this like that, but then I pull this down, right? And then I just add another color. And these are basically together. I am missing the black-ish color. I think we go there. Yep. Okay, and then, oh, am I out of colors? Is there a limit? No. Blend classic, blend perceptual, fixed. That's what I want. Okay, so something like that. So they're going to go to one direction, which is going to be the side, and I think that's in shape. Is that the arc? It sure is. And I can change the angle, right, to be... Oh, nope. How do I rotate the whole thing? Oh, probably down here on the... Is it the z-axis? Yeah, okay. Size. So it should be start size or size over lifetime, because it will get bigger. So let's go find that. Yep, and edit this a little bit. So it looks like there's different speeds. And I think that's because it's 3D. And it's shooting off in the wrong direction. So, do I... Oops. What do I do here? I know what I do. So let's go back to the shape and change that number back to 360, I think. And then I cut this. Is it the angle? Oh yeah, this can be 0 again. Yeah. This is the start. Ooh. Cool. And then I'm going to rotate it on the y-axis this time. The other way. So that's just straight up 90. Okay, what's that look like? Okay. Let's replace the sprite with the flamethrower sprite. I'll do this one, but it's not going to be the inactive sprite, active sprite. Is that the lettering? Must be. So where's my... Oh, I didn't cut my F's out. What size is this? 2115. Oh, so close. Where do I need to trim from? Bottom? 2115. Apply. We go back to this, and then, sorry, this one. Active, inactive. Okay, and then idle sprites, when I'm not shooting, then the gun does a little puff. And then when it is active, I'm not showing any of that. I am using the particle system for the flames. Okay, so back to this. Speed is fine. I think the lifetime is a not. Okay, so like that. And then do I want to use a circle? Can I have a random lifetime? One and 0.9. Okay, so I'm going to add a circle. Here. In fact, I think now okay, I'm gonna take this. Gonna move it here, I think. Actually, I got room here. I have to make it white. I don't know what I did. Oh, it's just too small to see the circle. A circle. Okay, then back here, let's cut that circle out. Just like that. Do I have to make a material first? I do. A new material, and this will be called flame. And is it the same already? No. So this is shell texture 2D import settings. What kind is it? Universal renderer what? It's unlit, isn't it? Nope. Universal renderer lit 2D. That looks like this. Yeah. Now let's find that circle. Those images I saved as their own, didn't I? Is it in here? Yeah, okay. Flame there. So I got that, and now do I have to default point? Like that, and then in here, is it an emission or is it down here in the renderer? Can I do a Z over lifetime? I suppose if I... No, that wouldn't work if I leaned it back this way. Oh, it does kind of work like that, huh? I still think the angle is a little bit extreme. Is that this angle? Okay, and then the radius. Yeah, and so I want to emit more, I think. And slow it down. Should I change the speed? It's not simulation speed. Start speed. I'll go like, I'll say 2.5 and then I'll increase the lifetime. To 2. That should put it right back. So the, yeah. Let's just make this a constant. Do 2.5. Oh, 2.1. Oops, go like this. So I will have to rotate that with the gun. And I don't have pre-warm, right? So I say stop, play. Although when I do stop, I don't want to like make it disappear. So hopefully the particles that exist play out. So formation index, yeah. Base start, shoot delay. I don't think there's any shoot delay, although I got an idea for that. So my thought is not to have a shoot delay, but can I continue to execute the flame and then detect if it's not shooting anymore? And if it's not, then stop. Okay, and what's an update here? Base update. There's some stuff. Sprite renderer, flip Y, and then, yeah, so this is transform Euler angles. What's it called? Flame system. Here is where I want to do that thing that I was trying to do last time. Like if flame system dot is playing is false, then flame system dot play. So there's always going to be an update. So on shoot, what I think I should do, if shoot timer is greater than 0, I'm not worried about that. Although that could be for damage. Sprite renderer dot sprite equals gun shooting sprite. It's just one sprite. That's when I'm not shooting. So let's do this. I'm going to have a Boolean here is shooting. And then here, is shooting is true. Gun idle sprite. Okay, so this is animation. Muzzle flash timer. Is that a thing? Okay, so I want idle flame. Oh, I thought I had both of them selected for some reason. Yeah, where is shoot timer anyways? Shoot delay, okay. That's in here. I think that should always be. Well, there's a flash timer. It's no longer a thing here. Put this here as well. Tell you what, let's go under that. Okay, so idle flame delay and idle flame timer. So idle flame timer. And then I think what I'll do here, I'll just do a idle flame index. And then that is idle sprites, gun idle sprites. The index. So this is simple enough. I'm going to do idle flame timer equals idle flame delay and idle flame index plus plus, and then if idle flame index is greater than or equal to gun idle sprites dot count, then idle flame index is 0. The distance was probably just going to be 4. Max target distance. I am hoping that players, unselected players, don't wait until max target distance. This is 500 because they're dangerous. Which means in here, that number is configured. Yeah. 6. Yeah, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to have just regular damage for right now, but am I missing a shade? I have that, then yellow, then orange. Oh, I am missing the yellow. Okay, so let's go back to here for color over lifetime. Gonna move this right there. Was it this one? Oh, so that goes. No, that stays here. Okay. Pick that color. Yeah. So shrink that a little bit. And then I have the dark red and the blackish color. Okay. So how do I increase the number of particles emitted? Oops. Yeah. And hopefully with a pixel perfect camera, that will look a lot better. This is just about ready. I need that one more part of the logic. So I have all that. When is shooting is true, then I need to set a timer, a shot timer, okay? Maybe? This is going to be shot timer minus equal time to delta time. If shot timer is less than 0, then shoot timer is shooting is false. Then if is shooting what's up, dude? Hello, hope you're well. I am well. How are you doing? I see you every once in a while on Miguel's stream. If is shooting is false, then I do some stuff here. Mainly if flame system is playing, then flame system dot stop. And then I do the idle animation. And then here, I think if is shot timer, so here I can't use the same timer. So I have to use private will do shooting. I don't know if you can hear me. It looks like my microphone's on, but the last person I stopped by said hello and then it's going. So that's a crappy variable to use, but I don't want to use my shoot timer, which is already built in, because that determines how often I check for damage. So shooting equals true. Do shooting is true. So this is not even what I want to do. Do shooting timer. Rest timer. How about that? Time to rest. So float. Private float time to rest equals 0. And then here, time to rest. And then here I say time to rest equals like 0.2, something like that. And then just one more time in update, if time to rest is less than 0, then is shooting is false. And then in here I say is shooting is true when I'm shooting. All right, so that looks like a complete gun. So let's go to my scene, and this person doesn't currently have a secondary gun, so let's add it to their secondary slot. I think the rotation needs to be fixed. Burnham, how you doing? Cowboy Bebop. Did he get the flamethrower? Oh, that's just really weird, tiny looking. Probably because my screen's so small. Okay, so it does a little flicker animation when it's not in use, right? And then, oh, it's not emitting. No errors. Interesting. Let's just make sure real quick that everything is lined up. Yeah, so my thought is having one, maybe two, I guess, maybe a couple more for different sizes of zombies, and then like a flamed version. So like, like in Street Fighter, like the original one, when somebody caught on fire, it was the same sprite or whatever for all the characters. Something like that, where if you torch a zombie, then they just become a burnt zombie type. Which I would give like a health that would then trickle down, but they would no longer be, they would be immune to fire after that because, of course, they're on fire. I don't know about gunshots, though. Maybe they should be affected by gunshots. But then I would also, I think, have to have... Sup, man? I would also have to have maybe a on-fire survivor, so that if a on-fire zombie got too close to a survivor, that they could catch on fire. Necromantic Monarch, how are you? Was it you that was doing the surveys yesterday? How'd that go? Was my answer too much different from everybody else's? So the particle system's there. I'm gonna rename it. I'm just gonna call it flame particle system. It's not very random. At least it doesn't look it. Mesmerizing. Okay. So that's lined up. So what's the deal? Oh. Am I just pointing in the wrong direction? So this is the transform. What is like 0? And then remember, negative 39.3. Oh, yeah. Negative 39.3. I want to put that in the emission. No, I don't. I want to put that in the shape. 90. Which way is that going to go? Green is Y. 39.3. I didn't even do much. What's my dream game? I'll show you here in a second. Negative 14. So, yeah. 90. So I'm going to go like with 80. Right? And then I don't have to worry about the rotation here. But when I rotate this way, that's sweet. I'm going to leave the Y at 0 in the code. Local Euler angles. I think I just leave them at 0. Like it says, yeah, like it says in my stream description. So this is kind of it. It's a 2D tactical survival game with the zombies, and you start with the players that you so like at the first level, you have a base. I can go back there. Da-da-da. Save. And your base is also like your save screen. So you go over here, like this is what a new game would look like. You just have your first 2 people. And I'll just go here. You start, you'll get a brief story at the top, and the bottom will show you what your objectives are. The bottom font is not what I'm going to stick with. I just use that as a placeholder. Then you start with those 2 players, and double click a player to select them, double click and drag to select multiple people. When one is selected, hit tab, change, right click to move, and left click to shoot. This is a tank, so he takes more hits. Let's go up here. You can hold, if they're not selected, they'll shoot on their own. And they have alternate weapons, which is what I was working on, scrolling up or down. If you look over here, how it changes from this H for handgun, this G for grenade. So he'll throw a grenade, and I just gave her a flamethrower. That's not shooting yet. That's what I was just working on. I'll switch back. Regular zombies, and I'll show you rescuable characters over here in a second. So the main point is you get through each level while performing the tasks that you need to do. They can die, and they can turn into zombies. Okay, so here's this dude. Let's go. I need to get him, and now he's rescued. So if somebody dies in a level, they're no longer playable. And if the next level requires 2 people, and you lose 1 person here but rescue a person, then it's those 2 people that you rescued, or the person that lived and the person that got rescued. And if you don't have enough players to fill the slots, you're basically, you have whatever's left of your team. Let's go over here. So these are basically your lives. They all have names. They will all have their own individual sprites. Another aspect is at the beginning of each level, you'll get to pick a mercenary if you can afford it. And they cost resources. And to get them, you just go into these buildings to loot them. But you won't always have a successful loot. Sometimes you'll come out and, okay, so I got a successful one here. That was supplies. Let's get all these guys. Let's stick together because I know once I touch this sidewalk over here, the zombies are going to come out. Send him up in. So this is guaranteed to be a failed loot, and when you fail, zombies come out. What's left is to rescue this dude here. Oh yeah. And then kill those zombies. And that's my dream game. There's going to be more zombie types, maybe one or two more guns, lots of different kinds of levels. There's going to be also a military aspect, like they are basically the bad guys. The government's the bad guys because they tried to use the zombies to create like the perfect warrior, perfect soldier kind of thing, and you got to disrupt that. I think I showed you everything. Return to base. So now they have an extra person. And also, so there'll be like a level where you have to rescue a doctor who is, or a scientist who is studying the vaccine. When you beat that level, then your base will have like a little lab attached to it kind of thing. So your base will grow as the story and the missions progress. Not much into shooters, but it looks pretty neat. Cool, thanks. I don't know if I really consider it a shooter as much as like a strategy game. There will be stealth aspects to it, which is why I made it so that it was at first the characters would always shoot whenever a monster was in range, but I want to have like a stealth aspect where you try to get through without them seeing you. Because if they see you, then they alert the other zombies, or if you shoot and they get hit, they alert to other zombies around them. Okay, so what could it be? Time to rest. Is shooting is true. Shot timer equals shot delay. So I don't want to do this. Who takes care of the shot timer? Just go to the gun script. Well, wait. Does shoot timer exist in there? No. I was going to work on some sprites, tile sets today. But while watching a playthrough of General Chaos, I was like, hey, a flamethrower could be fun. Okay, shot timer here. So in base update is empty. So here I need to do the subtracting of it. Timer minus equal time to delta time. So what kind of game are you thinking of making? Or have you started making a game? Is that all I need to do? Here I need to do reset it, right? So shoot timer equals shoot delay. Okay, if owner selected is false, yeah, I don't know. Should this guy be allowed to accidentally set his teammates on fire? I don't know if I need to flip the fire emitter, but ba-da-ba-bum. Okay, let's see if I can shoot now. Is it him? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more probably, but as far as the shoot distance, maybe a lot more. Okay. The damage though, I think because it's repeated, maybe like the machine gun should be low with a chance to set them on fire. I don't have the fire sprite, but I'll have to make that one next, like the burning zombie sprite. You're more into 3D platformer aspect of things. You just started beginning coding like 20 days ago. Congrats. You guess you'd have to say your dream game is a spiritual game where you interact with particles and gain wisdom and go on quests and unlock light in the world from your perspective of how you learned self-guidance and interaction with the metaphysical world around you. So is that an RPG? Kind of has that aspect, I think. That's kind of cool. Oops, I need to go to my prefabs, guns, machine or flamethrower. Damage, yeah, is 1. Kind of get like Quest 64 vibes from what you're talking about. Although he's with like elements, not like spiritual particles or whatever. Kind of a religious undertone too, which don't shy away from. I don't need the polygon collider anymore. In fact, I should take it away from the machine gun too. I think Well, so first of all, why don't I see the shoot delay? Because it's hard code. Well, hard coded in each one. So I'm gonna say like damage is 0.3, but then I'm gonna increase the shoot delay. But what is it by default here? Internal shoot delay is 0.5. So I shrink that down to 0.25. And start. Oh, yeah. 0. Oh, it's already 0.1, so it's 0.25. Yeah, it would be like a visual energy RPG. Choose a class, level up your character, gain ability and power from what you learned. It's almost like a 3D platformer RuneScape. Okay, I like RuneScape. But with quests about energy, matter, time, brainwave frequency, meditative training, the world, dreams, relativity. Dude, this is all deep. Sequence of what does it look like though? What does the game look like? Because that's a lot of like, I don't know. I kind of shied away from like the deeper like Ultimas and stuff like that. Like that required me to draw out the maps, to keep track of stats and so forth. Like games that were like a lot. And this sounds like a lot, although you might be able to find a way to handle each one of those things without having the player to really keep a lot of things in the back of their head. There's a word for that. I'll find it for you. Cognitive load. Like how many things the player has to focus on or remember at the same time. How complex your game is. While a simple task of getting from point A to B might have a low cognitive load, having many subtasks or patterns to remember will raise the cognitive load. This doesn't just pertain to diegetic elements. If your player gets new movement techniques or gains special moves or abilities, these can add up to a higher cognitive load. These are things that the player will have to remember, and if something was introduced to them early and hardly used, this is a bad thing when they have to use it to progress past a certain level. To keep the load small, or try to keep the load small, and don't disregard the early mechanic later on in the game. If your game is complex, try to do so with a low cognitive load. You have a bunch of ideas bouncing around up here, but you're all new when it comes to anything game design or programming work because you haven't had the highest grade computer until just 2 months ago. Congrats on the computer purchase. This day and age, that's a feat, huh? Oh, wait, I need to change that one, the distance. So do I say 8? Haven't wanted to seek out programming until later because you knew nothing about it, and your social circle was smaller. My social circle is really small. I think everybody that's above you in chat. Well, Setzer's not in. I think he was in YouTube. Yeah. That's about it. Something I realized with having a Discord server and streaming is that people will come and hang out, and then some people will be like have a high presence in your life online, but it's like almost like guaranteed that everybody will go as other people come along. It's just been like this constant flow. It's not mentally healthy. I can tell you that. And sometimes it's very depressing when you like look back and be like, where'd those guys go? You know, whatever happened to them? Yeah. Social circles are secular. And I changed jobs like 6 years ago. Like all the friends that I had at my previous job, like even though I go and visit them every once in a while, or was like at first, like they would never like come visit me, and then they're all like, hey, how come you're like being a stranger? I thought it kind of felt like we weren't friends anymore. And it's like, dude, why am I got to be the one to like always visit you? Like doors work both ways. Growing up though, when I was coding, learning how to code, like none of my friends were into that. Like we had a hockey team. Should they die off quicker? I don't know. You know, and that was my social circle, was my friends of on my hockey team. But that was it. That was that was our in common thing. Besides going to the same school and living in the same town and so forth, like hanging out. But oh, so if I'm going backwards and I shoot forward, okay. If I go forwards and I shoot backwards, that's kind of bad. I don't want that to be like that. There's a long delay between when oh, sometimes when I click. Yeah. Why is that? You feel that you're always the plan manager saying, hey, let's hang out. I'm always the first to say something, not them. Kind of feels odd sometimes. It gets old. It really does. It's like, so you know, you sit back and then people are like, we don't hang out anymore, man. I miss it. And I was like, well, yeah. You know, and one friend, he's got like marital issues, so I really don't want that drama. Like, I don't want to hear it. So what causes that? I think so. Time to rest is less than 0. Is shooting equals false? Maybe I should also just say that shoot timer. Just say like flat out equals -1. Oh, that needs to be like in here. So I'm holding down the mouse, I let go, and then there's a delay between when I'm allowed to shoot again. So here's the thing though, this works. As soon as I click, the sprite switches over to the non little flame at the end of the gun. And this thing here, though, this is the thing. I wonder, oh. So if I let go and I tell it to stop, does that mean, here, let's go back in here. I wonder if it doesn't really stop until the last particle switch to guns, and then flamethrower. Oh, no. I can click one more to go down into here. Looping. Play on awake. Anyways, is there a spot that shows me if it's playing? I don't see one. And so the reason why I do the if is playing, because if I think if I say play and then play again, it does like a reset, or they stack. Let's see. Did I save it? Yeah. I think coding is something that's not, if you're into puzzles, oops, shit. If you're into puzzles, I think you'll find coding fun. So that was it, huh? Doesn't really do much damage. Ah, watch out. Little help here. Because you'll start looking at it like a puzzle, I bet. Okay. Tailspin. Gotta fix the... Oh, that's weird. It went down. I suppose. So walking forwards... I mean, physically, that kind of makes sense. But game-wise, I don't think it makes sense. Doesn't look good. So, do I add player velocity? Can I even do that? physics space is world. If I change that to simulation space, if I change it to local, that would make it look better if you're moving. But I think if you rotate, that'll also rotate all the previous flame particles. And I don't think that would look good. Emitter velocity mode, rigid body. So can I do that? In Unity, can I add player velocity to particle system? Yes, you can add a player velocity to a particle system in the Unity primarily by using the inherent velocity module. How do I inherent velocity module? Are these modules? Oh. Inherent velocity. Initial, current, initial. No multiplier. Is that it? That didn't work. And I think it's because yeah, no. The gun itself doesn't have a velocity. It's like three levels up. Can I add a player velocity to a particle system? Where the particle system is attached to a game object that doesn't have a rigid body, but its parent does. You can inherit velocity from a distant parent by creating a script that calculates the rigid body's velocity and applies it to the particle system's inherent velocity module via scripting. Okay. Particle system velocity over lifetime dot space equals something. Particle system simulation space world. Performance accessing get component in parent every frame is slow. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I won't do that. Inherent velocity to 1, although blah blah blah. So let's see what I can do here in the gun script, because we know the owner. Is right there. So an update, is it always an update? Flame system dot velocity over lifetime equals, and then this is a particle system velocity over lifetime module. Inherent velocity, oh, that's a Boolean. Particle simulation, blah, blah, blah. Calculate the velocity, rigid body velocity, access the particle system module, and update inherent velocity module velocity. Inherent velocity dot check that out. Dot. Now what? Dot velocity. There's no velocity here. Is it linear? And particle system inherent velocity mode. No, I want module. Time to go further into the Googles. So, in discussions.unity.com, steam emitters, okay, dot start speed equal emitters start speed times aircraft rigid body velocity z, or something like that. Your simulation space and particle system set to world or local because it might be where an issue comes from. So the answer is not in there. Don't attach the emitter to the parent, but use a script to reposition it, and then it won't be affected by physical meanings. The force meanings that force the reposition, but your position code. Set emitter velocity scale to 0. Post is old. No, you have to set simulation space to world. I already did that part. Inherent velocity and particle system doesn't work if the particle system is a instantiated prefab. Edit solved. Here's my code. Okay, so var emission equals fire emission, damage. Okay, so what is emission? And you just get it in start, but you don't use it anywhere else? Bro. Okay, velocity over lifetime equals fire dot velocity over lifetime. Velocity over lifetime dot enabled is true. Velocity over lifetime dot space equals part blah blah blah. I think that's fine. Okay, so that's getting the velocity. And then, oh, so velocity over lifetime is this. Okay, so let's start there. What is the variable type? Okay, you're just using var. I will change it. Var velocity over lifetime equals flame system dot velocity over lifetime. And what kind of variable is this? Velocity over lifetime module. PRTI system dot velocity over lifetime module. Why are you not liking that? Well, it's exactly what you're doing. Cannot implicitly convert Unity engine particle system velocity over lifetime module to Unity engine particle system limit. Oh. I had that. That's weird. Okay. So there's that. And then, so the next part, sorry, is this? X and Y. So do I worry about the Z? I think, is there a Z? Velocity over lifetime dot Z. Yeah. So I'm just going to say it equals survivor dot get lowercase owner. Sorry, owner dot get component rigid body is probably a 2D dot linear velocity. Is it going to complain because it's vector 2 versus a thing? Okay, fine. So vector 2 owner velocity is that, and then that dot x equals owner velocity dot x. That. Do I have to reapply it now? Vector 3 difference. Difference normalize, float angle, blah, blah, blah. None of that has anything to do with it. I'm a little baffled that you don't have to say fire dot velocity over lifetime equals velocity over lifetime when you're done with it. And this is exactly what I want. These colors are pretty dang close to my colors as well. Oh, I never did think of yeah. Do I want to in color over lifetime. Do some sort of translucent thing, like fall off. Oh, because it's not a gradient. It won't be a gradient in the alpha channel. Well then, let's make that a thing. Let's pull this over here. What is object not set? Oh, let's just let's go back. Hey, move. Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's go back to here. And then I think flame system dot velocity over lifetime equals velocity over lifetime. Or is that going to complain that it's read only? Cannot be assigned to, it is read only. That, though, doesn't seem to be. Okay. Oh, should I make the multiplier 1? I wonder if I don't need to inherit, or am I using that? I'm not. Yeah, ooh, gosh. Oh, shit. If I hit both buttons at the same time, there is definitely something up with that's so weird. Over this way it works. Right? But if I'm going this way, Does not. And I wonder if it has to do with me flipping the emitter. So a multiplayer. Let's put this back to 1. Oh, shit, no. Let's see if that does. I mean, it almost makes sense that it wouldn't know because I'm rotating. I'm rotating the emitter. So what I need to do, without adjusting the transform, change the shape rotation in Unity without adjusting the transform, how to rotate a particle system shape rotation. To rotate a particle system's emission shape without rotating its transform, adjust the rotation values directly within the shape module of the particle system. This reorients the emitter's direction and shape. Example cone box, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So remember that Y is 80. Oh, but how do I how do I rotate the shape? Or why would I rotate the shape if so basically I would have to be like particle system, flame system dot transform dot local Euler angles equals negative flame system dot transform dot parent dot local Euler angles. So that should keep it going to the right all the time. Oh, I need to add 80 to the thing, but Nope. Oh, I don't want local Euler angles for the parent. Because it's local Euler angles, there's always going to be 0. There we go. Okay. And then flame system dot get component. What module did it say? Adjust shape. Shape. Is it going to be like particle? Particle system shape multi-mode value. This video demonstrates how to rotate a particle system, including how to set shape, move, and change the material. Okay, so maybe can I watch it, please? You're not gonna, there's not enough time here to write code. I was lied to. How do I get the shape component? Oh, is it really like dot shape? Dot rotation equals the opposite of this rotation? Is that right? Or let's put this first, equals flame system dot transform dot parent dot rotation. Okay, so is it Euler angles? Cannot modify the return value because it is not a variable. I know. Okay, fine. Var shape equals whatever this ends up being. Particle system shape module. Expected bracket. No, you're not. And then so shape dot rotation is this, blah blah blah, and then I think I have to say flame system dot shape equals shape. No? Okay. I warned you. Let's see if that rotates back to normal. Well, it's not going anywhere. So close. Yet. I just make a shield of fire around me. All right. So something is happening though, right? Right. It's not going to be a negative, right? Is it just going to, there's an inverse, which is not quite negative. So rotation equals, this is a vector 3, okay. New vector 3. Euler angles dot x. Then can I just copy? Remember, this needs to have like 80 in it. But anyways, this I think is negative. So let's see what happens. Getting closer. It's always negative. Okay, so that's what I want, but wait. It's not signed, so it's always going to be weird, isn't it? That was wrong. Okay, so there's something. World. I read that too. I thought I had it already set. Oh. Oh, it's still like not doing a thing. It's still like following me. Speed modifier. I wonder if this should be. Oh gosh. Radial. Orbital X. Do I get to see that in when I'm actually rotating it around? Does it change right there? No. Is it actually changing in the shape then? No, it doesn't look like it, huh? Well then, that could also somewhat be why velocity over life linear. So that is the velocity over lifetime. Did I put that down here? It's up here. Okay. I think maybe I should put all of this together. Okay, velocity over lifetime. So is there like a particle system dot velocity over life? So it's just a module. And then owner velocity, can I say linear? Owner dot get component velocity. Yes, we velocity over lifetime dot. Is there any other stuff? That must be the linear, the regular x, y, and z, because there's orbitals. Okay, so first of all, space is world. It is enabled. Then why does it come back? And I am adding z, right? Oh, well, I wasn't. Maybe that had something to do with it. I'm going to take away this, although I might put it back. Plus 80 here. That's funny. Let's see now. It says expected something something over here. Oh. X. Z equals owner velocity dot z. So, yeah. Oh, I can't do that because there's no, it's a 2D rigid body. Yeah, you want to learn a bunch of 3D stuff instead of 2D stuff? It's not that much more difficult. You just have an extra axis. Especially in Unity. I've got some 3D stuff on my itch.io. Crud. Does it go like properduck.hio? This was 3D. It's not like first person. It can be though. I better stop this music because it's going to be annoying having to. Could I check out said stuff? Nope. Yes. Oh, I pasted that in YouTube. Hold on. Twitch. You recently updated this page. No, I didn't. Haven't played this in forever. This was a mobile game, but then I made it a itch.io game. This is also has 3D stuff in it, but it's not not like first person either. And I kind of did like 3D on top of a 2D background because I thought that was cool. The first person, there's candy corn, which was like a jam with Setzer and I. It was a Meg jam. There's a lot of bugs in it, but it's kind of neat. You shoot candy corn. Here, let's make it full screen. That wasn't full screen. Okay, whatever. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Like monsters enter your house. You have to treat the trick-or-treaters, and when you do, a new gun will appear somewhere in your house, and you have to find it. Where's the ghost at? Ah, front door. Okay. Go. Hold E to give him candy. Okay, and then there's a gun somewhere. It's probably upstairs. Oh, here it is. And all the guns shoot Candy corn. I know they're laying around. Oh gosh. You can. There's no fall damage, so do that. And you just basically go just until you get overran by monsters. And then Silent is another. This is a 3D first-person game as well, but it's not a shooter. It's you basically have to collect 3 ducks. You can't see. There's one up there, right? And there's a creature called a Silent out there, and he roams around until he sees you, and then he starts chasing you. You pick up sticks and you feed the fire, and that keeps the fire big and keeps him at bay. But you can't stay here forever. You also get cold when you go away from the fire. Yeah. Okay, so where was that duck? Right there. Oh, he's right there. You see him? There he is. So you can't stay out here forever. You got to go back to your base. To get warm. Okay, I think the other one's this direction. Where is it? Where is it? Right there, okay. I'm gonna... Where's my fire? Where's the moon? There, okay, it's this way. Oh, I need a stick. If there's no fire, then he will come into the circle. I need more sticks. There's one. Oh, I'm about to dive cold. And the last one is over here somewhere. In a cave. Oh, I died. If you get all 3, then your buddy comes over in a helicopter, comes and picks you up. Nope, I want to exit. Okay. I think that's my 3D games. Yeah, the rest are 2D. Okay, so if I rotate that, let's get some audio playing. Music. Let's go here. Don't use GoDaddy. I'm using GoDaddy. Freaking sucks. Okay, so why then, if I'm doing this, does it go back to 0? Should I say plus? No. Owner velocity. Velocity over lifetime. So, okay. Should it be this and then say flame system transform dot, oops, transform dot parent dot Euler angles plus dot x and flame system dot transform parent dot Euler angles dot y plus, maybe that's it. It's pretty neat. You like the concept? I was gonna do this whole thing. There's also a game in there where you have a snowball fight that's silent. That didn't do anything either. Why was I even doing this? Oh yeah. So when we walk forward, it looks like the flame is still going further, faster than you. So doing this part here, makes it not move at all, doesn't it? Because I do this. So yeah, I was going to have a whole thing where each one of my game jams was going to involve that. Oh, no, it's not going anywhere. Yeah. And unveil like this whole story and lore with each game jam. But then I got sidetracked with real projects, and I haven't done a Meg jam in forever. So shape rotation. Didn't I say, oh, okay, here. So if I take that out and I just do that, is that what makes it always go to the right? No matter what? Okay. And so that's kind of fine, right? Like that's default. But this, I want to then follow that as well. New vector 3. And could this not be flame system transform parent dot Euler angles? After I do this, did I replace something? No. Yeah, and so it was all going to be like the reason why you're down there collecting the ducks is because they're like ceramic ducks and there's stuff inside it to bring back the dead, and the guy that's in the helicopter is the one who had you go get them, and he's like your brother-in-law, except your sister is dead, and you don't realize that his goal is to bring her back to life. And then in another one, the silent continues to chase you guys, and you don't realize why. And then in another one, he actually brings her back to life, and then that was going to be like a horror game. Okay, so everything is good so far, except now. Should there be its own multiplier? Is that the thing? Let's go in here. Speed multiplier 1. Can I just make it a number? Like, oh, I didn't see a cursor in there to say I could type. What was my speed over lifetime? 2.5, or start speed, 2.5. Does that actually make it move? No. You're going to do some coding. You've put it off since you fixed your error yesterday evening. Cool. I need to call it a wrap, but I don't like leaving this broken. What else could it be? Does this override velocity start speed? Adds to it. Okay. So I guess real quick I could do a debug.log owner dot get component rigid body 2D. Can I, is there like a owner dot r rigid body? Yeah, I don't need to do the get component because I already do linear velocity. Let's set that too. That'll speed this up just ever so slightly. Not like I'm crunched for speed though. So are you following a tutorial? I think I actually gave you some, didn't I? Did I not give you Bracky, or no, Code Monkeys C# tutorials? Okay, so what? Okay. I'm trying to make a flamethrower, which I had working, except when I was walking forward and shooting the flamethrower, it was just building up like right in front of them. They are world space though. Simulation space is world. I don't know what gives. And so when I tried doing this by altering velocity over lifetime, which also is set for world space. Oh, can I change that back to 1? It just got weird though. Also, when I'm not moving, it doesn't move. Unless... It is moving. Just moving that way, which is on the z-axis. Did you set the velocity over lifetime? Yes, I did. So velocity over lifetime dot z needs to be something. What does it need to be? I'll just give it a number quick, see what happens. Needs to be 0. But it is 0 by default, and it was going like into the screen. Still is. Also, damn. You have gravity turned on? No. Gravity scale is 0. Gravity modifier 0. So that was 0, or that was 90. This is 0. Which I don't think will change anything. So maybe it's not z, maybe it is, let's find this dude. Let's find his particle system. Say it's 0. So my initial thought, so because of this, I need to make the particle systems transform rotation the opposite of the flamethrower's Euler angles. Not the local, but the Euler angle. And maybe that's not right. If I do this, I think, because when I'm facing backwards, when it's rotated backwards, using the transform, the local setting the velocity over time doesn't know that it's facing that direction. So I'm trying to do that, like make it the inverse and then set it, but it's not working that way I thought it would. And yeah, I don't know why it's following. If I don't set these, then it always goes to the right, which is like, yes, and then I need to add to the rotation. Oh, well, it was. Now it's always going, I bet you, yeah, backwards. So I don't think, yeah, that doesn't follow when I do that. Like it's not locked to his position. But when I do this, it is. So I need it to be, I need the velocity to only affect the next emitted particle, not all particles in world space. To do this, you do not use velocity over lifetime. Well, why'd you tell me to use it? Freaking Google. Simulated space must be set to world. Inherent velocity module. You can also set this up entirely in the inspector without code. If the particle system's parent isn't the one with the rigid body, the particle system's parent has the rigid body. Your blah, blah, blah. The particle system's built-in and inherent velocity module won't find it automatically. It only looks for rigid body on the same object. To fix this, you must manually pipe the grandparent velocity into the particle system using a script. If you want to keep the original start speed 2, okay. So I'm going to delete this and paste this. If any of this is null, this is going to be owner.rigidBody. Owner.rigidBody. Is that it? Oh, I need this. Emet parms. New particle system. This equals that applies shape to velocity. Does not contain a definition. Yeah, fucking figures. Add the distant rigid body's velocity to the particle. Okay, you still got to do something. Add a rigid body to your particle system's game object, set it to kinematic so it doesn't fall or collide. Use a simple script to sync. So then on the gun itself, I need to add a rigid body 2D and make it kinematic. Oh, what if it's a 2D rigid body? Oh, there we go. Do I need to do anything else? Probably not. Let's see. Use a simple script in the particle system's main module, set emitter velocity to rigid body. I think it is. Yep. Okay. Get component rigid body 2D. Oh, oops. This is yeah. Owner.rigidBody. Owner. OW. Owner.rigidBody. Set the velocity to the parent so the particle system can see it. If it's kinematic and it has a velocity, does it not move? I'm almost willing to bet that it's still going off into, yeah. So real quick, now that I'm here, go. That is not like the inverse of the transform. File system, flame system transform equals flame system transform parent, which is the gun. Negative. Oh, let's go up to the hand. And the arm. So that's that. Why does the arm have a a z-axis of 69.15? Oh, because that's where I'm aiming. Got it. So then that goes here, does a negative. Okay. Then I need to add that's not local. Like add 90 to the y. Plus, is it this though? Or is it, yeah, I think. That's a new vector 3, 0, 90, 0. I really wanted to stop like 20 minutes ago. Okay, well, it's kind of the same. It's not busted completely though. What I want though is when I'm walking forwards, see how it builds up in front of them. And I don't want that to happen. I want it to shoot out. That's what this was supposed to fix. Just ask Claude. Ask Google. You know what? I don't have a Claude account. Like I never signed up because it wanted my phone number. I was like, you don't need my phone number, and you're gonna get hacked, and you're gonna leak it. But it might come down to it, just to speed some things up. Okay. Just use the free shit. Right, I still needed my phone number to verify. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom. Everything ish except for that. And that is on and enabled. So I'm turning this off. I'll leave that on. Yep, initial. So okay, set that to 1 and see what that does. Oh, it's kind of trying. What was that all about? Like random. Can I go to, here, hit play, and I'll look at the flamethrower itself. Oh gosh, let's go to 2D. There we go. Flamethrower. So we now have a rigid body info. Okay, so this should change, I think, with it does. Okay, one thing real quick to try. Is this like a homegrown emitter? Emission enabled is false. Why would you do that? Oh, I see. Is this instantiating its own thing? Yeah, I see. I don't know. I gotta stop though. I got work in the morning. I will continue tomorrow and hopefully have this figured out. But thanks for stopping by. I'll check out your code to see if that's probably a better option. Just write my own instead of trying to mess with theirs. Makes sense. All right. See you tomorrow.